Okay, let's see if this will load up. For whatever reason, just ain't gonna work in Twitch. Damn it. Don't know why my restream chat is not working in Twitch. Don't know. But it's not. Close comms.
As you wish.
Alright. We're gonna try what we failed at yesterday. Was gonna go try and use a prospector here. Show everybody how I don't know what the hell I'm doing because I've actually never done it before, so. But we're going to try anyway and make a fool out of ourselves. Hopefully. We will try. I respawned it, so we'll retrieve it. We'll give it a whirl. Well, come on. Pad 4. I think we can manage that. Frame rates are good. Pad 4 will be over here. And hopefully it'll have its parts. Looks like it's got a motor. Looks like somebody else has got one out. That's a same ship. Looks a little different here. Why? Motor's in a different position? Or is that, what is that? That's still a, motors are missing. Somebody spawned a ship that its parts aren't there. That's why it looks different. Poor guy. Alright, let's see if we can get in this thing. Let us see. Okay. We are in the ship. Toilet access. Because when a guy's out mining, sometimes he's just got to take a piss. Okay. Let's see if we can center that. I got my mouse in my way here. Hang on. There we go. Like I say, we're going to try this. Not that we've ever done it before. Startup.
Acknowledged.
How about that? Well, you can do all my work for me. Take off.
Ascending. Retracting modules. Handing you the con.
Everything appears to be working. Change view. Change view.
Change camera.
Yeah, all appears to be working. Change view.
Change camera.
Star map. Star map.
Activating now.
Oh, let's just, it doesn't really matter where we go, so we really don't know what we're doing. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Alright, I think it's this way, maybe, probably not, yeah, maybe so. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Jump.
Jumping.
The hell, somebody just scanned me? Why aren't we jumping? Jump!
Jumping.
Why are we waiting? Spool. Range.
Collecting data.
There we go. Jump.
Jumping.
Just gotta know what you're doing. Still haven't got used to it yet. Once again, it makes no difference where we go, just to the surface. So let's just range.
Collecting data.
Well, it's not very far close. Thing's pretty far away. So we'll just barrel on down to range.
Collecting data.
There we go. We'll just barrel on down to the surface. Change view.
Change camera.
It is kind of an interesting little ship. I will say their modelers do like to add detail. It's a shame the zoom doesn't work in third person. Change view. Change view.
Change camera.
Okay, we'll just head onto the surface here. Say I've never done this before. It's only the third time I've been in the ship. First time was before 3.2. I took this ship out yesterday on a live stream and was going to do this. We got down the surface and the game crashed. So we didn't bother reclaiming it right away and trying to go back out. We just took a freelancer out and did a quick cargo run. So we're going to try what we tried to do yesterday. Take a look at the mechanics here. As I said, I have never done it. Never went on the PTU this round. So the only thing I know about this is what I read. So we're liable to fail at this miserably. But you know, sometimes it's just funner to learn than sit there and watch videos, which I could have done. But I did come in and try to set up my voice attack and everything to mine the way I think will work. Just like I did the quantum travel by giving it a range option. So I don't have to use the keyboards because HMD and keyboards do not get along. Pretty much got to be able to bind everything to a joysticks or your gamepad or use voice attack. And what I did was bind stuff to voice attack, made up new commands. I may have missed something I need, or it may not even work because I didn't get the key bindings for voice attack right. I don't know. I didn't test it. So we'll just see. Still don't know why that's grabbing the corner of the screen every now and then. It didn't used to do that. Something in the head tracking, I'm sure. Just don't know what yet. And it may be that I got my sensors out of adjustment a little bit. It's even a possibility. I'll have to go in and recheck them, make sure they're where they're supposed to be. Okay, now we're going to try not to slam into the ground. Landing mode. I need to break some speed off here. Okay. I'm going to go down. Supposedly we get so close to the ground, we automatically go into a radar ping. I didn't set up pinging. It says it will do it automatically once you get down on the ground. I'm on the dark side just so I can see the HUD. From what I read, people claim it's not bright enough on daylight yet. And I just don't want to have to try to fight seeing it. And we're not that far off the ground here. Sure don't see anything coming up like rocks. Maybe because I got to switch to mining mode, I don't know. Mining mode?
Affirmative, stand by.
Oh, that didn't give me any radar ping, did it? Flight mode.
All yours.
Damn it. See, I was under the impression it would go right into range mode radar unless there aren't any rocks that can be mined, which I guess is always a possibility. I don't know how close you have to be to the ground, but I would think we're close enough. Okay, so let's go into options here and see what if we got any key bindings we can use. What do we want it looking for? Type of radar thing? I don't know. Key bindings. Do we have a new one for mining? No. Throttle strafe. M key is mining mode. We already got that. Vertical focus. Let's go to advance. Oh, let's see what we got here. Flight, flight, flight. Ground, ground. Electronics. SS, ground vehicle, EVA on flight, flight HUD, flight radar, radar cycle. So what the hell? Mining, how about that? Mining.
Affirmative, stand by. It doesn't tell me a thing, does it? That's the powers. Huh.
Well, damn, guys. Anybody got a clue? Because I really thought it was supposed to go into picking out targets all by itself. Or show up targets anyway. And is it just because there aren't any? I was under the impression they were everywhere. See, daylight caught up with us. Mining mode.
Affirmative, stand by.
That part works. Flight mode.
All yours.
So obviously there's a key binding somewhere to make a ping, and I didn't look it up because I understood that if you got close to the ground, it would automatically switch into that mode if you were in a prospector. Obviously I read it wrong, or something ain't working right. Because I sure don't see anything. Radar mode. Couldn't have got that lucky. Let's go back into options. Okay. See nothing. Tab key. Yes, I do remember that. Okay. Didn't bind that. Whoops. Something out there is getting a hit. Let's... Mining mode.
Affirmative, stand by.
That ain't gonna cut it. We're doing something wrong. That's pretty obvious. Flight mode.
All yours.
So, does this mean I picked a bad area or I'm doing something wrong? I'm out of fuel already? That's wonderful. Might have to read up on this, I guess, a little more. I can't believe son of a gun. Might have to actually look up what I'm doing here, huh? I'm sure not picking up nothing. Nice little shadow down there on the ground. Obviously doing something wrong. Okay, 50%. This is not good if we're going to run through that much fuel. Gonna have to head it back. Probably, yeah, shit, we're burning fuel. It's probably all that VTOL hovering. So we're going to have to take it back, and I guess we're going to have to try this another day when I can figure out how it works. Son of a gun. I thought I had it all down. Obviously there's a mode you got to get into that I'm not doing it. So I don't know. Obviously I got something I misunderstood. But running out of fuel is not going to be an answer. And we are burning some fuel. Don't really like that. That really wasn't, we haven't been out much to be burning that much juice, I wouldn't think. Damn ship is going through it. Change view.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, we are really going through some fuel here. Change view.
Change camera.
Range.
Collecting data.
This will be all the SAR down at the bottom here. Yeah, we're already already down to 33%. Something we're going to have to keep an eyeball on. Yeah, that was an awful lot. We're really going through it. Jump.
Jumping.
Yeah, we're going to actually have to look this up a little better. Figure out what the hell we're doing. Because we really went through some fuel there. We're already down to 28%. So we'd have screwed around much more. We'd have had to... I could just land it and reclaim it to refill it, so it's not going to cost anything. And I'll have to read again about how we do this. Mobile glass.
Displaying now.
I'll eventually get it all figured out.
Please proceed to sign that.
Close mobile glass.
As you wish.
Landing mode.
Lowering gear.
One thing I did learn is we do have to get closer for the pads to pick up. There's a red pad, there's a green pad. Last time I tried to auto land, it took forever. Change view, so we'll just set her down ourselves. Change view. Change view.
Change camera.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant
Change
stay.
view. Yeah, last time, for whatever reason, it took forever to land in auto land. I don't know. That was just I know we got a power on or off button somewhere, don't we? Ah, up here. How about that? Exit seat.
Affirmative.
So we will come back after we reclaim it, and after we log out and read some more about mining, so we can actually do some of it. Because I thought I had it down, but obviously, as you can see, I just wish they'd put everything in the same spot on these things. Ladders and stuff, either on top or on bottom. Make it less confusing for me. Because I keep looking for it top or bottom because of the last ship I was in. Let's see, we want to go this way. Little lag spike there. Lag spikes are not near as bad as they were in the previous patch. See, I gotta cycle the door. Expected it to open for me. And we'll reclaim this little prospector. So it'll be full of fuel again. Doesn't cost nothing to fill it up. Can just go to Cryastro, but I'm not gonna do that. And we'll just run a little cargo here. We'll take the Titan. We'll see if we can't make a few credits. Yeah, I definitely need to read some more about mining. Thought I had it all down pat. But I missed something, obviously, because I didn't that open. Got a door that's broke, obviously. Alright, where are we at? We're on 7 or 8, aren't we? So we want to go down to 9. Go around to 9, I think it is. Go down the catwalk. Them door bugs have been around since 3.0. I don't know why it causes them. Don't happen all the time, but every now and then you still run into a door that won't open. Just go around a catwalk, or you can EVA if you don't get the right catwalk. It's not really a problem, just lets you go to scenic route. Alright, looks like it has its parts. It's always good. So we'll go screw around with the Titan a little bit. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Aegis combat assist activated.
Takeoff.
Systems green.
Affirmative. 30 meters. You have the con. Landing modules.
I
Retracted.
have the con.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's retract it. Star map.
Activating now.
Or just go out the yellow here. Close star map.
Affirmative.
I like the rework. I just really wish we would have gotten a 3D radar on this ship. Okay, now let's see. Range.
Collecting data.
I'm learning. Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
Yeah, when you use it right, it works really well, and I'm getting used to it now. First couple trips, I wasn't sure I liked the new system, but as I get comfortable with it, I find I like it a whole lot more, and it seems to be a little less time consuming.
Quantum travel.
Range?
Collecting data.
No, you're not. Range. Range.
Collecting data.
There it goes. I don't really like having to chase all the markers, but find out where I want to go. Seems kind of wasteful, but there it is. Alright, I'll be on the other side of the planet, so I am not going to be able to jump there at 975. Doesn't say I'm instructed though, does it? We're going to try it. Jump.
Jumping.
I'll be damned. It's going to take us around.
Travel initiated.
I was going to say, it didn't say obstructed, so I was thinking it was going to work. Now, some people don't like how it twists you around. I've got the points that I just don't worry about. It brings you back up, so. I have learned to accept it. Holy shit. We have got some kind of bug here.
Quantum travel complete.
Range.
Collecting data.
Range.
Collecting data.
Okay, well this... Yeah, there was some kind of visual graphics bug there, as you saw. Kind of hurt my eyes. Felt like I was on a roller coaster there for a second. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting used to the controls. I mean, the quantum travel, and I really, after, I don't know, 4 or 5 QTs now, I'm getting comfortable, and I think I do like it better. It's just different, so it takes a little to get used to. I think it surely shortened our travel times, that's for one thing. Landing mode.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
Frame rates and lower lag spikes are much improved. Somebody's big ass caterpillar sitting down there. It's a lot of ship to fill up. There's my right there. Change view.
Change camera.
Change view.
Change camera.
Okay, we're on the ground anyway. That's a plus. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Alright, we're gonna buy. We're not gonna spend everything. Acetine, I can make the most profit on a full load, but on a small load, fluorine will be the most profitable. Not that I'm going to make a whole lot till I get over 10K in funds. It's slow going. Yeah, game runs a whole lot better. Definitely the best patch they've released out of the box to the PU. Most of them are pretty sucky. This one is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. If they'd released everything like this, they'd have got a whole lot less bad press. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Takeoff.
Ascending.
Systems green.
We are green.
Landing gear retracted.
Change view.
Affirmative.
Change view.
As you wish.
Yeah, I like the rework. It's nothing, no major change, of course. Some people said that the SCU capacity of the Titans was going to drop to 6. It didn't. It's still at 8, so we got a little bigger ship. We got a little stronger hard points. Cockpit is redesigned. Still, it's not one of the best 3D cockpits, but you know, that's not something they're concerned about, although it does look nicer than the other one, the older one. This little Titan is just so versatile at its price point. $50 ship, it's really versatile. For new players, run missions, you can do light cargo in any of the other variants. You can do the missions, but you're pretty much stuck and you can't do any cargo. Of course, it may not be a case where you want to do any cargo. There's a lot of people who are not going to bother with it. And a small ship is not going to make you a whole lot of profit. I think about the best you can do with 8 SCU, even if you have 20,000, 30,000 credits, is going to be about 15, 2,000 a run, a cargo run, which is just not worth messing with for the way a lot of people think. Get out of this atmosphere. Range. Range.
Collecting data.
Let's find our planets here. It's not where I want. Port Olisar. Cryastro. One of these ought to be selling. There it is. Could have just got a point on star map. Jump.
Jumping.
Yeah, now that I've gotten used to it, I like the quantum travel. Range?
Collecting data.
No, you're not. Range. Range?
Collecting data.
Works most of the time. Terra Mills, Ashburn, Hikes. Looks like we can jump right there. Jump.
Jumping.
Yeah, it looks like we got a little graphical glitch here. That's the second or third time we've seen it. Second time. Range. Range.
Collecting data.
Landing mode.
The gear is down and locked.
Landing gear deployed.
Things seem to be happening faster now. Don't know why that is, but sure seems like you got less time. Still trying to adjust for it all. Change view.
Change camera.
Fit in there. Change view. I am not sure this is the right building. May not be. And it may not be as a fact. All right. Remember which one it is. I had it down pat at one time. I don't know why. Learned to be confused. This is it. All right.
Aft shields.
About 150, 160. Whoops. Buy. Now we're really not going to make much here because we can't buy much of this. But we'll go for it all. Hopefully we won't go broke on this one. If not, we'll just do a couple missions to get seed money back. Ain't that big a deal.
Power to rear shields.
I don't know what you're flapping your jaws about, Eden. No jaw flapping, please. Gotta love fireworks, don't you? Startup.
Acknowledged.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Takeoff.
Ascending to 30 meters. Retracting modules. Handing you the con.
Alright, thank you for that.
Landing gear retracted.
Retracted my landing gear. Where is my trim and Myers here? Huh. Oh, it doesn't show up. Range? Range?
Collecting data.
Forgot about that. Come on, you gotta be here somewhere. There it is. So there should be flight controls seem different too. I haven't really tested it, but it just seems to be maybe a little more responsive. I don't know. Maybe my imagination. Only way you can really test is dogfighting, see how it behaves. And I have not done that, so I'll get around to it. Change view.
As you wish.
Change view.
Affirmative.
Landing mode.
Initializing landing procedures.
Landing gear deployed.
Range.
Collecting data.
Proximity alert. Head.
Change view.
Change camera.
Change view.
Change camera.
Looks like we're on the ground. We're not dead yet. Give me time, give me time. Come on. Well, we're not going to make anything on this. They changed the price on these, obviously. What? Okay, okay, I can take a hint. Back away from the console. Oh, come on. Alright, something ain't working here. Can't sell. The hell? Obviously nothing's working here. Well, so I'm stuck with a load of cargo we cannot sell, huh? Because the kiosk are broke. That just kind of sucks. Now, is this everywhere or just here? See, look at this shit. See, it's not even clearing. So you know it's broke. Alright. Let's clear a few doors, see what happens. I hate to be stuck with a load of cargo I can't get rid of. Because, yeah, I already know it's broke because it's not clearing. Since it's not clearing, it tells you the damn thing is broke. Yeah, not gonna work. Yeah, another bug. Alright, well, we're just going to be stuck with it or give it away for a lower price, I guess. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Typical Star Citizen. Things do bug. And I'm not going to tab out and look where I can sell this stuff. It just isn't worth my trouble. Not worth my trouble. Tram and Myers. This is a mining place, isn't it? Like I said, when everything's bugged out, there's nothing you can do about it. It ain't gonna change. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Takeoff.
Aegis combat assist.
Takeoff.
Systems green.
We're just fucked, as they say.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's get some space in here. Yeah, like I say, we're just fucked. Not a whole lot you can do about it. We'll wind up selling it for a loss on All-Star, or carry around for 3 days until we crash and it disappears completely. No sense. Range. Range.
Collecting data.
Maybe another mining place on it somewhere. Atmosphere. Hydro farm. This is the part about the new system I don't like, because you gotta hunt and pick to find anything. Security post. Should be another mining place on this city town, isn't there? I don't remember. Obviously, that's the only one. Obviously the only one. terrific. Yep, only one. Yeah, we'll just take it back to Olisar. To hell with it. It's not going to be worth anything at Olisar, but it's what happens when you run into bugs. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it.
WISCR3754, have you noticed a performance increase in 3.2?
Yes, it runs much nicer. I got good over 40 frames per second anyway, but yeah, it is a much smoother operation now than it was. Yeah, I definitely think it's playable for a whole lot more people now than it was in the past or the last patch. And there's a whole lot less lag spikes too. Still have them, but they're not near as prevalent. This is probably their best.
WISCR3754, have there been more bugs than fixes?
No, I've run into a couple, just like I tried to sell some stuff down there at Tram and Myers. Something's wrong with the kiosk. But that, you know, that happens on occasion. I haven't noticed any brand new bugs except on quantum travel. When you're traversing around the planets, you kind of get a funny screen. But it's not a jaw-dropping crash bug or of any sort. So I haven't noticed anything dramatic. You know, they always claim they fix them, but, you know, unless it's one you notice, you never know if they do fix them. I definitely haven't noticed anything major being a problem. Like I say, this is probably the best patch I've ever seen CIG release as far as polish. Most of them are really very crappy releases. And this release seems to be a whole lot better than anything they ever have released in the past. This patch will not take another patch to get it running for everybody, unlike every other patch they've ever had. I'm probably right now getting 50, 60 frames per minute or second. And like I said, I always got better than 40.
WISCR3754, do you believe that 3.3 will be the patch for new players to jump into the PU?
This patch will not be a bad patch for new players. I cannot say what 3.3 will be like when they release it. Hell, it could be worse. You know, every time they release a patch, you never know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody would be frustrated with this patch playing it. Jump.
Jumping.
But 3.3 might come out, it might be buggy as hell, you know? But as you can tell by quantum travel, frame rates in this patch are way up there. Now I realize they keep talking about bind culling and all that stuff, but right now it's running pretty good. It's a big planet. Range?
Collecting data.
Whoops. It almost looks big enough to crash into there. Where are you at, Olisar? You'll notice that the speed, to fill a speed in this patch, they increase the dust in space. It actually feels like you're moving pretty fast. Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
WISCR 3754 3.3 will introduce a new planet, ship purchases, network bind culling, object container streaming, FPS combat. Would those features entice new players?
Most of them are not going to know the difference of what's in here now. If you're looking for a first-person shooter, of course you'll be more interested. Because it'll be on the ground, it won't actually be Star Marine, which is liable to be pretty nice. We're not going to know until we get it in the game. Bind culling should bring another performance increase. Should. But it may get pushed back again too. That's the thing about the roadmap. It's a wish list, is what they're working on, and they're hoping they get done. Bind culling they hoped for originally to be released in 3.0, and this is already 3.2, and it's still not in the game. So you know, it's almost hard to say. Everything they add, for the most part, is going to make it more interesting and give you more things to do.
WISCR 3754 What compels you to keep playing this alpha despite your constant frustrations?
You get frustrated, make no mistake about it, but when the game runs well, it runs really well. A lot of that is server issues. I'd say most of the problems in game, besides the annoying little bugs, are server issues. They just haven't figured out how to make everything work together yet when they put it all together. That probably is what the most people have problems with as far as frame rate and stuff. And that probably is the most frustrating thing, is trying to play at very low frame rates, which a lot of people do. There are a lot of people on older FX AMD chips and stuff that are only getting 20, 25 frames per second. And that makes a game like this pretty tough to play, even though you want to. But when you get on a server that's good, it really is a lot of fun. Mobile glass.
Displayed.
And you don't really need a killer rig, you just need a recent rig, if that makes any sense.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Close mobile glass.
Acknowledged.
And I like to see new stuff as it comes out, not enough to go on PTU and to test it. Landing mode.
Lowering landing gear.
On the PU, I usually, when they send out a new release, I play it pretty seriously for a little bit. For, you know, I
WISCR 3754 If ship prices were 1/10 the price, would you think twice about purchasing more ships?
Yeah, the price of them, be quite truthfully, I'm not interested in any more ships. I'm just not going to pay $300 for a bunch of JPEGs. I'm not going to do it. I don't care. I understand the whole line of reasoning that it helps SIG develop the game, but I'm sorry, they've got $200 million. They should be able to finish it without me spending $300, $400, $500, $600 on a ship.
Warning, you are blocking Targeting flight lane. Please
I
vacate
think
the facility.
the prices, I don't think they're realistic, but they're selling them, so I can't blame them for selling them. They're not something I'm interested in. Change view.
Acknowledged.
Change view.
Landing complete.
As you
Pleasant
wish.
stay.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that people ought to just buy starter ships, and if you're looking for a little more, buy something like this little Titan. For a few dollars more, you get a ship that you can do everything with in the game, pretty much, without spending $300–400. I mean, I don't consider $50 expensive for a AAA title. I do consider $300 or $400 expensive.
WISCR 3754. When do you believe that Squadron 42 will be released?
2020. I know they got all kinds of bullshit and people say, oh, it's coming and all this stuff. I don't look for the PU or Squadron 42 to be out till 2020 at the earliest. And that may be pushing it. One thing about SIG is they like to make promises, but they don't keep them. And all the stuff they're still trying to get in the PU that's still on the roadmap, like all the bind culling and stuff, object streaming, all that stuff, all that's got to be working for Squadron 42 to work. So that tells me, regardless of what they're telling people, Squadron 42 is nowhere near completion because they don't have all this stuff, they don't have it designed yet. So I don't know why they want to lead people on that it's just right around the corner. I don't believe it. And it was supposed to be about, wow, what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago? They keep pushing it back with excuses. So for a finished game, I don't even think this game will go to beta until 2020, early 2020. And I hope I'm wrong. And it's not really going to be a bad deal or a bad thing, as long as they keep making decent upgrades. I cannot.
WISCR 3754. Are you planning to upgrade your GPU when the next gen is released?
No. I now have a Ryzen 5 2600. I see no reason to have to upgrade that chip. I upgraded that from an FX 8320, and let me tell you, it's a difference between night and day between the chip I'm using now and the chip I used then. And my GPU, I'm only running a 1060 GTX card, and it runs everything fine.
WISCR 3754. I meant your graphics card.
Yeah, I'm running a 1060 is all I'm running, and I see no reason to upgrade it for Star Citizen. This game is not that graphics intensive. If you can tell, I'm running HMD and VR Oculus Rift, and I have no trouble running this game at 50, 60 frames per second now. So why would I buy more graphics card that I don't need? No, Star Citizen will not make me buy. It's not that GPU intensive. It's no more than any other game out there. In fact, it's a lot less as far as I'm concerned. Games like hell, Rise of the Tomb Raider is more graphics intensive than this game is as far as what it needs to run. So no, I don't see have to buy in a new GPU card for this game. I just don't see it. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Aegis combat assist.
Takeoff.
WISCR 3754 VR recommends 90 FPS minimum.
Well, no, that's what Oculus Rift recommends, or Vive recommends for made for VR games. However, as long as you run an ASW, you can do just fine with 45 frames per minute. If you can run a steady 45 and you're using ASW, it's fine. If it's a made for VR game, that's a different story, and it will run 90 frames per second. Now, like this game here, I'm using vorpX to run it in VR, and as long as it gets 45 frames per minute, it's not an issue. Now, when you get less than that, it is. Range?
Collecting data.
Jump. Oops.
Jumping.
Scroll up. Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
WISCR 3754 ASW? You
Yeah.
mean asynchronous space warp?
Yes.
It causes distortion artifacts, I've noticed.
I haven't noticed it. I know it does do that. I just have not noticed it. But the difference is when I run ASW in anything, I run my main display at 2160 by 1200, which is Rift and Vive's native resolution. So it doesn't have to distort to 1080p to get it into Rift, and I think that's why I don't notice it. Range?
Collecting data.
Yeah, I set my main resolution up so it translates into the HMD. It doesn't have to screw around with rescaling it. Jump?
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
It works for me. But as you can tell by watching me stream here, that my frame rates are sky high. And as I said, I'm only running a 1060 graphics card and a Ryzen 5 2600 CPU. 16 gig of RAMs and a standard SSD drive. I do not have an M2 drive. Range?
Collecting data.
WISCR 3754 are using a HOTAS? I've heard that HOTAS setups don't work very well with Star Citizen.
I'm using dual joysticks, so it's basically the same thing, and I love it. I have heard that too, that people claim it doesn't work, but it's all how you get them set up. The flight model in combat is not very good, the controls right now, but it's not going to stay that way. You don't have very... Pinpoint accuracy is not very good, and ESP is broke. So it's not as comfortable as it should be, and it can be frustrating when you're in close dogfights, and I mean close, under 1,000 meters. You know, very close ship to ship. But
WISCR 3754 has combat for you been better in 3.2?
I haven't even got into any combat yet in 3.2, so I don't know. I don't know that it's better or worse yet. Although I have noticed that, where did my contact go here? I have noticed that the flight controls seem different. And it may just be my imagination. What happened to Orcorp here? But they seem to be more fluid now. What the hell's going on here? I jumped into Orcorp and I have no idea where it's at.
Proximity alert. Head.
Shit.
Proximity alert. Deck. Proximity alert. Aft.
Whoops.
Engines
God
offline.
damn it.
Engines online.
Come on, get around there. Look at them damn markers and lost where I was.
WISCR 3754 will you ever stream Elite Dangerous?
I have never...
It's tailor-made for VR.
Yeah, I have never actually played Elite Dangerous. I've never bought the game.
Hydrogen fuel at 75%.
So I really have never played it. Okay, now it just didn't disappear off the map. Maybe it did. Okay, this is something I do not like about it because I can't bring up anywhere but going to each one. Oh, this is just sad now. What am I going to have to do? Get back up in space?
WISCR 3754. Did VR make you nauseous the first time round?
No, but I've never been subject to motion sickness either. Now, I know people who are when they're playing VR, and usually as long as you get decent frame rates, it won't happen, but it can still happen. If you're subject to car sickness or seasickness, 10 to 1 that VR is going to affect you because it makes you believe you're moving. This is just about ridiculous. There's got to be a better way to find places than going here one at a time, searching them out. Because this is just kind of nuts. This doesn't make any sense at all, to sit here and have to do this. Way up there. Jesus. Yeah, we need a little star map now, or a little planet map.
WISCR 3754. SIG plans to upgrade Lumberyard to Vulkan and DirectX 12.
Yeah.
Those APIs are superior on AMD cards.
Yes.
Would that make you change your mind about upgrading or transitioning to another GPU?
No, because Vulkan will run on NVIDIA cards just fine, although AMD has been optimized for them. DX12 I could care less about. I hope they never go to DX12 and I doubt they will. They'll go to Vulkan, but they won't go to DX12. They're not going to rewrite the game for DX12. That's pretty much a given, and that's what they'll have to do. And that's why they'll never actually I don't see them ever actually making this game VR, regardless of their all talk, because they'd have to rewrite damn near everything. And I don't see them doing that. Oh, maybe 2 years after launch they might come out with a VR, you know what I mean? But hey, we're talking, what now, 5 years down the road? So I don't see it ever happening.
Proximity alert. Starboard.
Change view.
Change camera.
If they were going to make it VR...
WISCR 3754. Should the Avenger Titan be the new starter ship?
I think so. SIG's not going to do it because they want to be able to sell them at a higher price. Change view.
As you wish.
I think I just think it's I mean, it just doesn't make sense to have starter ships that are not versatile. Just like the little Auroras. Well, you can buy a cargo pad in them. Well, good luck with that. When are you going to be able to buy the cargo pod? They've been talking about it for 6 years now, and it still doesn't have a cargo pod, and it won't have a cargo pod to release. And then when it does, it's something you got to carry around and lose. Where a ship like the Titan, you can do everything in the game, pretty much, and you don't have to carry around any of the horse crap. So I think it should be the premier starter in the game. Nobody is going to be happy with Auroras and Mustangs as a starter ship. I do not think. They will be chomping at the bit to make money so they can upgrade. Which is okay. I mean, if you like to grind. Oops. Wrong building. How about that? Son of a gun. Yeah, I think anybody who buys a little Avenger is going to be much happier when they start playing the game. I don't think I've ever been to Arcorp here, so I'm having a rough time finding this ain't it either. I've been damn near in every building here now. Looking for the kiosk. And I normally, at a place with the old system, would just look for the building that had the marker on it, but being as you get out of your ship, you have no range markers now, so you can't do that. Of course, it'll be this building way over here that I landed by and didn't go into. Although this building looks blue, and if that's the case, usually the blue building is the where you summon ships or ground base. Usually. And yes, it is. Yeah, they're going to have to give us a compass or something here if they're going to take away our ability to find the post we want. This is a mining corporation. Whoops. Alright. So I get carried away here. Aha! Last building. Well, let's see if it'll work now. Yep. Okay. Okay, got rid of the cargo. And it is quite beautiful, the game. I mean, I really have to admit that they've... But it's no more beautiful than any other AAA title either. I mean, some people claim, oh, it's just this, it's just that. Well, I don't know. Some of these AAA titles are just as pretty. And as you can tell, this patch runs pretty good. As I broke the wing on this one. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Change view.
Change camera.
Really, I didn't hurt it that bad. The wing's still on there. Change view. Takeoff.
Affirmative. 30 meters. You have the con. Landing modules. Retracted.
Landing gear deployed.
But I don't think anybody would be, will not be happy with how the game is playing right now, unless they have an AMD FX chip, and I think are going to be still running 20-25 frames per second. They just do not handle the code in Star Citizen very well. Not graphics card, just your regular CPU. Raise landing gear.
Landing gear raised.
Landing gear retracted.
Flashing light's a little annoying. And they've added new missions this patch too, which they didn't talk about doing, but they're there. I haven't done them yet, but some of them pay fairly good, it seems like, or better. They're still adjusting the economics in the game, of course. That'll be an ongoing thing. And ship purchases will be nice. Although I think the price of them in-game is going to scare people. But we shall see. Should be out of the atmosphere here in a second or two. And then I'm going to log out and figure out what I'm doing wrong when I'm mining. Star map.
Activating now.
I'm just going to pull up Port Olisar so I don't have to search for it. Close star map.
Affirmative.
I do wish this ship had a 3D radar. Jump.
Jumping.
You didn't jump. Jump.
Jumping.
Range.
Collecting data.
Said spooling was complete, but obviously not. Jump. Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
Obviously it wasn't complete. And it will be nice to get new places into this game. They're few and far between right now. Landing mode.
The landing gear is down and locked.
Landing gear deployed.
Mobile glass.
Displayed.
Please proceed to assign
Close mobile glass.
Acknowledged.
Warning, you are blocking an active flight lane.
Well, that's because
Please
I'm
vacate the
supposed to
facility.
be here. Change view.
Change camera.
Change view.
Landing
Acknowledged.
complete. Have a pleasant stay.
And there we have it. Safe and sound, except for my not paying attention. And this is a Renegade variant of the Titan. It's not anything different. The only thing different on it's really is the paint jobs. Got a few different weapons, but it's basically the same ship, just has a better, more colorful paint job, and has Gatling or repeaters on it instead of Badgers. And got a missile upgrade, but it's really pretty much, it's just the same ship, it's just the paint job. Just the paint job. But as you can see, even at Olisar, frame rates are great. And there are bugs, but that's just the way it is. And the most annoying thing for me is lag spikes. Just because they mess with the head tracking. So they're a lot more noticeable when you're playing in an HMD because it causes your screen to jerk. But they fixed a whole lot of them. It's not that bad anymore, so I can live with the way it is now. It was pretty rough in 3.14. Okay, we're going to log out. We done spent a lot of time in here. And I'm going to go back and read some more about mining because I never did get the mining rocks to show up. And find out why that ship burned so much damn gas. Because, boy, we almost ran out and didn't do anything. So, thanks for watching. We're going to stop the stream.